Hello, today in this video we are going to discuss about motion along a straight line. Now if we want to understand motion along the straight line, first of all, uh, motion along the straight line is the simplest type of motion. So we can understand the motion along the straight line with the help of an example. So uh, assume that an object starts from position O, which is the reference point, and these are the various points which shows the position of the object at different time interval. Now assume that object starts from O and it reaches at A, and then it returns to point B and it reaches to point C. So in this way, the total path covered by the object will be 60 plus, now in backward direction, the distance covered by the object is 35, because the total distance is 60 kilometer, and in the backward direction object covered 35 kilometer. So the total path covered by the object is 95 kilometer. Now in this, we are not considering the direction of the motion, just we are considering the numerical values. Okay, so here the total path covered by the object is 95 kilometer when it is traveling from O to A and it is returning to C. So this quantity is called as distance, where we are not considering the direction of motion. So in physics, there are some quantities in which we only consider only the numerical value of the quantity. So these quantities in which we only take numerical value of the quantity, these quantities are called scalar quantities. So distance covered by the object is a scalar quantity, which is 95 kilometer in this example. Now if we consider this example once again, okay, so in this case, the uh, if the object starts from origin, that is O, and it reaches at B and returns at C, what is the shortest path between O and C? What is the shortest distance? This shortest distance is 25 kilometer. So this quantity, how we got this quantity? The distance covered in this direction is 60, and when it returns back, this distance is covered is in opposite direction. So we can take it as minus 35. So 60 plus minus 35 will become 60 minus 35, that is 25 kilometer. So the shortest distance between the initial and final position is 25 kilometer. So this quantity is called as displacement. Okay, so this quantity is called displacement. Now here we are considering the direction of motion also. This direction we are taking as positive, and the opposite direction we are taking as negative. So we have taken negative sign here. So in this case we are considering the direction also. So in physics, uh, where we are considering the direction in quantities, these quantities are called vector quantity. So displacement is a vector quantity. Here we are considering the direction also. So understood the difference between scalar and vector quantity? In scalar quantity, we are not going to consider the direction, and in vector quantity, we are going to consider the direction of motion also. Okay. Now next thing is, now distance and displacement. Distance and displacement, these two quantities can be equal or not. So if the object starts from O and it reaches at A, which is 60 kilometer away from O. So the distance traveled is 60. Distance traveled is 60 and displacement is also 60. So you can see that the distance and displacement both are equal. Okay, and it will remain equal till the object moves in the straight line. Now as it returns to point C, which is 35 kilometer away from point A, then distance and displacement changes. Now distance will become 95 kilometer and displacement will become 25 kilometer. So distance and displacement can be equal, but displacement cannot be greater than distance. Okay, now the next question is, displacement can be zero or not? Yes, displacement can be zero if the object returns on its final position. Okay, like object started from point O and it comes to point A, which is 60 kilometer away from O, and it returns again to point O. Now in this case, the distance will be 60 plus 60. Here we are not considering the direction. It is 120 kilometer, but displacement will be 60 then plus minus 60. So it will become 0. So displacement can be 0, but distance cannot be 0. So we can conclude one thing from this, that out of distance and displacement, which quantity can be, which will be greater? Distance will be greater, always greater than displacement, or it can be equal also. So distance is always greater than or equal to displacement, and distance cannot be 0, but displacement can be 0 if the object returns to its original position and if the initial position and final position coincide with each other. So hope the difference between distance and displacement is clear to you. Now in next video we are going to discuss about uniform and non-uniform motion.